Hello everyone and welcome back to the Saints View, the channel for Southampton content for our quick match review post Southampton 2, Manchester United 2. A solid point in my opinion. It's been a few hours past since the game. This will probably be going out Sunday morning. And I think it's a good point. I think it's positive. 2-0 up, of course, giving away a 2-goal lead quite quickly. You know, but doing that again, that's not going to be something that pleases the fans. But I think in this situation, it's not as bad as people may say it is. You know, Manchester United aren't in form. Obviously, they haven't been good enough, near good enough this season. But they're still a top 6 club. They're still a top 6 side. They are. And they can pull out a performance whenever they want to. It's just a shame they're so inconsistent, I guess. Because, not that they can get away with it, our players, but I think it's more acceptable that we throw away a 2-goal lead against Manchester United, because I think more people will just be impressed with the fact that we were actually able to go 2-0 up against them. But let's look at the game starting off. Good start on top. Stuart Armstrong with his 3rd goal in 2 games. 3rd goal for Saints, 1st goal at St. Mary's after just 12 minutes. Really good work from Redmond mixed with a bit of poor Manchester United defending. Matic was awful. Leads to Obafemi slotting out wide to Armstrong, who finishes it beautifully. Superb finish. And then, you know, there's confidence. The atmosphere is amazing. You know, the fans really getting behind the team, and sooner or later it's 2-0. And my God, I don't think I've celebrated a goal this hard at home since Buffal's. Yeah, definitely since Buffal against West Brom. If you haven't seen it and you want to, or you have and you want to see it from a fan's perspective, here is my clip of Cedric's incredible free kick versus United. Just amazing, and I don't think you can blame that down to poor United defending. I think that is literally just a stand back in all moment. Individual quality, and Cedric, out of everyone, Cedric put it top bins from a free kick. Unbelievable. I did not expect that. And at 2-0 we're sort of in dreamland, thinking, bloody hell, how have we got to this point? And then the reality factor started kicking in. United started playing a bit better. And before we know it, it's 2-1. I think it's poor marking, personally. Defence-wise, it's a bit of a shambles. Southampton, Yannick Vestergaard doesn't track Lukaku early enough, and before he does, it's too late. He spots his run, and Lukaku ends his goal drought. You know, a tidy finish when it's Lukaku one-on-one with the goalkeeper. I think you're always going to back Lukaku to score. And I think from then, our tails went up a little bit, and United probably smelt blood. And then obviously sooner or later it's 2-2. Now, good work from Marcus Rashford, nice little finish from Ander Herrera, and I think at that point we're scratching our heads as how have we got to this point? How have we thrown this 2-goal lead away? But for me personally, I wasn't too bothered. What I was more bothered about was the fact that I felt like we were going to concede another. Now I think if that had happened, then we were allowed to be angry for throwing a 2-goal lead away and then still losing the game. Now, second half, when the teams came out, personally I thought Mourinho was going to make a change. I thought he'd bring Martial or Lingard on to change it up. He didn't. It took him ages to actually make a substitution. And it didn't really seem like United were penetrating us that much. I mean, they had a good bit of the ball, especially for the first sort of 10 minutes of the second half, putting in some crosses, especially from set pieces, but they weren't going anywhere. We didn't really have to deal with too much, which is a positive, obviously, because I thought, and I think a lot of fans would have thought that it was going to be a bit of squeaky bum time, sort of around the 50-minute mark, and we may be seeing another game where we actually lose, and we've been 2-0 up in that game. Having said that, we did go and try and win it. You know, I think we did as much as we could. We didn't really fashion a clear-cut chance. Højbjerg had a header that just went far off the post. But I think at the end of the day, 2-2 is a fair result on what was played. Obviously, we would have liked a win to get ourselves out of the relegation zone, but 14 games played. We're not even halfway through the season yet. It's a really positive start, in my opinion, to what's going to be an incredibly difficult, busy, but also vital month. We have to pick up some really key results. I think if we don't leave December with at least 2 wins, I think we're in a difficult situation, given that we've got Cardiff and Huddersfield. Yes, they're both away games, but I definitely think they're the 2 main opportunities to get points. West Ham at home also could be a win, and I think we've started the month in a bright way. Obviously, United not in form. They were definitely one of the worst teams I've seen at St. Mary's in the last couple of seasons, by far. Pogba, shocking. Lukaku, besides his goal, awful. Matic, I didn't even really notice him. They were poor, but look, they're still a top 6 side. At the end of the day, it's a positive result. It's something we can build on. It's something we can sort of look back on and maybe think, was that the catalyst for a revival? Obviously, we've got Spurs in midweek. That's a game that I've personally written off. We could go there and get another point, and that'd be a fantastic result. For me, the main game is Cardiff. We have to beat Cardiff. And I know I said we had to beat Newcastle, we had to beat Brighton, we had to beat Watford. We have to beat Cardiff. Because even if it's a draw, they're going to have that gap ahead of us. They won on Friday night. They're now on 11 points. We're on 9. It may be a 5-point gap come to that game, given the result on in midweek. I don't know who Cardiff have, in all honesty. But yeah, that's the main one for me. But thank you for watching, guys. We were going to film outside St. Mary, so this would have been up on Saturday night. But unfortunately, we've had some personal difficulties that we don't need to go into. It's not relevant. But basically that's why this video is a bit late and I'm filming at home. But thank you very much for watching. Do remember to like, share, comment, and of course subscribe. We're building up the numbers. We're slowly and surely getting there to where we want to be. We will have content out very soon again, because obviously we've got a game in 4 days. And also give us your match report in the comment section below. Do you think it's a good point, or do you think it's too dropped? Thank you for watching, and we will see you very soon.